Hey guys and gals, let's unbox and take a look at the Unicorn Castle by Lego Creator. This is set number 31175, contains 390 pieces, retails for $44.99, and set was provided by the Lego Group for early review. Thank you, Lego. And just by first impressions, this looks like a very fun, relaxing build. Look at all the pastel colors we have in here. In addition, we get some flying unicorns. Cool, and looks like I could see 3 of them in here. And yeah, and here's the top of the box. Looks like we get to build 2 other alternative models. Here's the back. So obviously we have the Unicorn Castle. Looks like this is some sort of unicorn stable. And this looks like a unicorn sailboat or ship. Doesn't look too bad. Okay, let's unbox this set and see what kind of goodies are inside. Always like to see. Depends on how easy it is to open up the carton. Ooh, that looks pretty cool. Okay, obviously we have manuals in there. And yeah. So it looks like, boy, this is really packed sloppy, Lego. You've been getting sloppy lately. So it looks like we have individual building guides, but of course you can't build all the models at the same time, so you'll have to pick one and build. And not too bad at all. Got 3 printed building guides, and looks like we have 3 bags of bricks. This is the most important, and of course we got to start with the white colors first. Now, I always get this question, does it come with a brick separator? I don't see it in the bag, but we'll take a look at and see if one of these manuals actually has the parts list in it. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. And no, it does not come with a brick separator. Ouch! Especially for a creator set, I may have to start subtracting points now for that. But honestly, this doesn't look like a bad build at all. These 2 look fine, but this, looks like we're starting off slow. Okay, so we have 3 bags here, and I think you're just going to do this in one installment, especially for 400 pieces, and that's probably my limit. So, probably a break in between each. Looks like we got a lot of small and medium parts. But this one here, it looks like it's just mostly white, so obviously we got to get our bellyache out of the way first. And 3 printed building guides, that's always a good thing. And this is the type of sets that I'm after, because I already see some unique pieces in here. And any set like this that has these really unique parts are the ones that I'm after. You always hear me use the term oddball. That's what I'm using for sets like this. It has a lot of oddball colors. Basically colors you know, other than the red, yellow, blue, white, black that we grew up with, and they started introducing gray and brown. But yeah, let's begin with bag 1. Let's build it. And yeah, we'll be covering all the models on this channel eventually, so stay subbed for that. And I already see a part that I really need. This. I need a bunch of these 8x8 in white. This is one more that I don't have to buy. I haven't placed an order yet. So it looks like the unicorns are not named, so that makes it easy. This will probably be something I'll probably just do a 360 spin on real quick. Maybe a close-up shot, but that would be about it on this one here. I'm not going to go like hardcore on it or anything like that. But these are the type of sets here that I enjoy putting together. Okay. If you're looking for just the little unicorns or the ponies, this is about as close as we're going to get to miniature ponies. If you just put normal hair on them, it wouldn't be too bad, especially for that hole in its head. Ouch, looks like that's gotta hurt. Alright, I'll take a closer look at this here and I get that in there for you. And yeah, I know there's some people out there who hate these type of sets. But for me, it's a treat. So you get some wacky light purple unicorn, you know, which is cool because it's an oddball thing. Okay, now it looks like we're starting part of the castle, and you're going to have to hear the gardener. It seems like he likes spending more time here than anything. And first it was the edger, the mower. Now he's using the weed whacker, and he's been here for a few hours, so I don't know why he does the way he does things, but I don't know. No, we need a pink one. So something like this is just meant for fun, as a time waster, you know, type build. So I'm always game for stuff like this. And I don't have any of these in this color. These would be good for older trains, but not in that color, obviously. You know, not in that color, but you know, I'm hoping this is going to be a collaborative build too, so everybody can build a part of the castle and we can put it together at the very end. Now, also in addition, I've been going through a lot of parts. I have been sorting. I think I've demolished 3 sets yesterday. And today is the 6th of August 2025. And yeah, I've been really breezing through a lot of stuff. Okay, sorry about that. Looks like we're building part of the side here. Trying to think of where we left off at on the conversation, but oh yeah, I've been parting a bunch of sets out, and I really have got a bunch of stuff done. I found a bunch of parts, and I saw some pieces. I thought these would make a good tutorial for next year for summertime. So if you are into my summer builds, yeah. If you haven't noticed right now, on my main channel I have themes. Like right now it's August. I can't remember what it was, but it's a theme. I know last month in July was a road trip. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, we're at the week by the lake. So right now it's weekend at the lake. Things you normally would see at the lake. So that's what August is. So it's just stuff you'd see if you're relaxing by the lake, taking a dip or something, you know, that kind of thing. And that's the type of stuff that I like doing. So like September is more of like a generic month. I don't really spend a whole lot of time on it. And so my goal is wait. Oh wait, whoa. There's a new piece in here. All right, I got to find it. I got to show you. That would come in handy right there. It's like a corner piece, but why doesn't Lego make more of these? Now, they wouldn't work good for bedspreads, but still, you know how many times I've wanted those? I'm like, oh, I got that stupid plate in the back. How do you get around it? You know, that kind of thing. Well, now we know. That's the thing. There's a lot of pastel colors in this one here. So today we're going to just be doing this set here in one sitting. And it's going to be a long video, probably an hour, hour and a half. I'm going to try to go through it as quickly as possible. Because after I get done with this one, I am going to start working on editing more video files. So it looks like we got cloud. That's a cloud, okay. This looks cool. It's like something you see like in Spiral the Dragon, that video game that we all played back in the day. And it's all white parts. I'm going to be honest with you. So, except for some of the oddball colored parts, I'm looking for a foam base, which is probably buried in here. I got a bunch of these. I'm getting bored. Just because it's just a bland color to work with right now. We're messing with some color, but that kind of thing. Okay, now it looks like we're building ourselves another cloud here. I'm trying to index them as much as I can. So what we did here was the left cloud. And I'm doing it just for my indexing purposes. And then now we're going to do the right cloud. But I'm looking for one of these that's rounded at the end. Oh, there it is. Yeah, so this is not too fun at the beginning. Now, like I said, I give everything a chance. Oh, speaking of chances, remember that mecha team leader that I built? I just did not like at all. I found somebody who thinks that set was the best thing, so I guess that build worked for him. For me, it was just not my cup of tea. Like I said, I can't review nothing but positive sets. I try to go off of build quality, build experience, and then just put my 2 cents worth in at the end. I just don't fail sets that I just don't like, but that one, just wasn't too interesting. This one here is more interesting, except right now we're doing nothing but mostly white. Lego's new go-to color now. Can't wait to get to the other bags where it's all pastels. But right now I got to do this one here. All right. But today I'd like to do is get this set filmed. Now I got to be careful with the memory card today. I have been editing a bunch of files. And well, we got a lot of little weird pieces in here, buried in here, huh? I washed my hands like 4 times. I had one of those stupid sticky buns that we had at work. Somebody brought them in. They were real nice. They were good. I don't like them too much. But I washed my hands with soap about 3,000 times, and it feels like I can't get the stickiness off of them. Yeah, so I've been just relaxing, just chilling out. Girlfriend and I are trying to put together some time for a trip. So she wants to do another camping gig. I think I created a monster. But let me get this a little closer for you here, and then back out the zoom, because I'm working more right here anyways. And it's just kind of planning some stuff out. And I learned don't mention it around my mother, so I just kind of keep it kind of hush hush. That's where that went. So I've just been doing that, just kind of, her and I are kind of piecing together time together right now. So far we're looking towards maybe late September, early October. Because that's when my assistant is relieved, or she is done with her summer. I think she's going back to work in 2 weeks, so I can't just give her all the load and I'm off. That would not be fair. And then the cloud goes here like that. So this thing more or less just sits flat. Not too bad at all, not too bad. And you know what I forgot to do? Put that in there. Did I skip a step? Or yes, I did. It says flip it over. Yeah, I must have just forgot to put that in there. Hope we don't have any more mistakes. I've been making a bunch here. This looks pretty cool so far. I mean, I don't expect this to be some big elaborate model, but just sets like this gets your imagination going. Now, I need these for a project. I need about 30 of them. And right now, including this one, I think I have 16. And that just broke off. That's not good. And now you get to hear the leaf blower. Isn't that cool? Hey, at least here you get to hear all the undesirable stuff that the Lego guys don't let you hear in their channels. Oh, see, this right here is what I'm talking about. You get a 2x2 transparent light blue brick in some of these. And of course, we have some of these corner tiles too. Great for making water, maybe for rivers or creeks or even an ocean. But this color here is more for like maybe... What you do is you just stick bricks underneath it to give it some depth, like make it look like cobblestone underneath, that kind of thing. And, you know, at least here I can share my ideas with you guys and gals. This is what I see in a set. You know, yeah, this will be parted out, you know, that kind of thing. And these go right here to support the platform. So this is obviously going to be a playable model. At least you get ponies with it, or keep calling them ponies. They look like ponies, unicorns. Not too bad, and I will be right back. Okay, sorry about that. I cleared my throat. Okay, now it looks like we're adding more here. But sets like this are usually fun to put together, usually. You know, I know there's a buddy of mine, we always kind of tease him about this set. He wants nothing to do with ponies and or unicorns, and I mean, I give everything a whirl. This one looks fun, so I'm not gonna bash this one by any means, because it's something to build, right? I don't care what it is, as long as I'm putting something together. Looks like we got some water going into the fluffy clouds here. These are keepers. I'll have to get some of those for a little waterfall. I get those with some transparent clear, and some of those other things would be really cool. And at least this book, though, has highlights. I just wish they weren't in red, but I'd like to see Lego do more of the highlights, because then you don't really need to focus on using arrows and call-outs and stuff. Okay. Yes, this is kind of more like a fantasy type set. Not too bad. At least it's not like that weird Fortnite thing. At least this one here just looks, well, looks cool actually. Okay. You know what? Let me tip this for you here a bit more. Yeah, this week is going to be in the mid 100s. So obviously I'm going to be kind of hiding in the house. It's just going to get miserably hot. So, and I still got to work on that fence that broke. I got the old post dug out, so I got that all the way cleaned out. I went out there with the shop vac and just sucked all the old wood out of the hole. I just got to put a brick at the bottom, and because the ground's already hard. It was just dry water. It wasn't termites or anything. That's a good thing. So my goal is to work on that. Ooh, trying to put that on while yawning is very hard. Okay. Okay, I don't know what this is, so we'll have to figure it out. Probably more of this. So it looks like we're just focusing on the base of this today. But so far, I mean, this goes on the other side here. I mean, just the colors right now are throwing this one off for me. It's just, I'm messing with white. It reminds me of that toucan that we did. where the start of the build was just mostly bland colors. Now, one of you said you're really interested in that build. That's cool. It just wasn't interesting for me. But if you're interested in that, hey, you know, that's cool. Because at the end of the day, these are just my opinions, and you know, that's it. But if it works for somebody else, then so be it. You know, that kind of thing. But at least if you enjoy the builds, that's all that matters. You know, I can't like all these. And my goal today, though, is to get this set done. I'm going to review it today. And I'm getting tired of looking at white already. I'm getting frustrated. I'm starting to get just bored. Looking for another inverted slope. And yeah, let's start digging deep here. Okay, let's put all the fun colors over here. Let's get to the boring stuff first. Jay, you just like bright colors and sets. Yeah, I do. It's better than the... I mean, the camper that I'm working on has got white, so I'm trying to break it up a bit. I haven't started it yet, but I've been playing around with the prototype of it. And hopefully I'll get that on YouTube memberships. Right now, these sets are killing me. I got 7 more coming in. They haven't said when they're sending them to me, and if they send them to me late, that's on them. You know, but I'm hoping they'll send them to me soon. I've already been getting a little nasty with Lego already, and you know, just start sending this stuff at a reasonable time. It's kind of sad. I'm already seeing people already building their big giant mecha team leader, and I'm still editing the footage for mine. Got a lot of these, but I'm trying to find the part that goes here. Oh, there it is. Yes, I am ready for a vacation. And one of the things that I'm worrying about now is I got to go to the dentist and get a cleaning. You never know how that goes. There goes the vacation funds. We have no clue. So, yeah. I already have money saved up for that. I just don't want to deal with the dentist right now. Looks like we got ourselves a little bridge here, like a little catwalk or something. Okay. I'm starting to get a lot of these unique pieces. They're kind of cool to have. I don't have a use for them at the moment, but they're cool. I'm sure these could be used for like cars and stuff. That kind of thing. And okay, and then we flip it over and we put some, they call these slide shoe plates. They're rounded at the bottom. You know, they're just like little feet you'd put like on devices and stuff. This is probably what these are. And also it makes it look like it's more suspended in the air. So this little area here is like a little bridge. So this goes here like that. Well, let's see how this is falling apart. You're going to have to keep this on a flat surface here. I'm sure that's going to strengthen it up now. There we go. I may have to start doing base dimensions of sets, because I know some people have been asking about that. Okay, now it looks like we're building some kind of a purple tower. Alright, so we're getting to some color now, finally. Not just sprinkled here. I wish it came with glass, but it doesn't. Oh, maybe it's a little birdhouse. Right. So, I just parted a set that had... I'll show you. I'll bring it up to you. I think one of you is interested in birds. So little animal figures think it's Janet. It comes with this little... And it's cool yellow, too. A little... maybe a pigeon or a mourning dove or something. But obviously it's not Tweety bird, but I've been running across those. So hey, those would be good when I do my forest builds. So maybe it's just a little birdhouse or something. That's probably what this is. Put those together like that. It's a very drafty birdhouse. And then after that, these go inside those tubes. This little bale piece. Never seen a nose cone in that color before. And then this goes right on here. Wish we'd have put a shaft in there to make that stronger. Zoom that out for you. There you go. And then now we got to put a golden carrot in there. We got a bunch of small parts. And this goes in here. So I guess that's the reward when you get up there, huh? Let's make sure here we just have one apiece. I think we do. No, we have one extra tile. Where does this go then? We're missing something here. We'll fill that in real quick. Let's see, now we know. Dude, it'd be a lot easier if you used a rake out there at that mess you made. And that's what we have remaining there for bag 1. Not too bad at all. And yeah, I mean, at least we survived this part. Okay, now we're going to be moving on to bag 2, and this guy is still out trying to leaf blow everything. I don't know. Well, at least this one's got this one has light aqua blue. That's cool. We got some there. We got dark azure, regular blue. Never seen those before, but those would be good if you get those in clear. It'd be good for like angel wings for a minifigure. Okay. Oh, but the white one can't fly, but the pink one can. Okay. But the pink one doesn't even have a... It doesn't even have a hole on the top. So this is just an angel thing. I might even put the wings on right. And there she is right there. That's what she looks like. Honestly, this looks like little My Little Ponies. Remember that TV show? I never watched it because my sister hogged the TV up at that time, so I was forced to have to deal with that one. And then now we're heading back to the main model here, which is kind of odd because right now we're finishing up this tower. That's kind of silly, and that's in light nougat. So now I got to go spend some time trying to find the nose cone to this, which is like a transparent purple. Lego, that's really disorganizing. You know, you should have kept this with... What did you even do that in the first place? Like, that's what we had to put up there just to do this part here. And... you know, sometimes I'm just kind of wondering what Lego does. There we go. I don't know. I have no clue. But how often do we get to build with colorful parts? Not a whole lot anymore. At least now we're getting to the fun stuff now, the blue. So now it's starting to get a little interesting. If it's a color you work with all the time, the build's not too fun. Especially these. I don't have a lot of these in this. I don't think I have these at all, so this might be new. These things. So these are good if you want to round something and kind of splice it in. Before we never had those, but now we do. Yeah, building this set makes me want to play Spyro the Dragon. Remember, what was it, Lofty Castle? That's what this reminds me of, Lofty Castle, if you played Spyro the Dragon. Man, I know that game, the ins and outs, and all sorts of stuff. That's in Spring Green. Yeah, I kind of want to play that again. Alright, we're building, it looks like 2 of these in different colors. So let me start doing that here. The white ones are hard to see, but these I could see just fine. I got to get my vision checked, but the problem is I may have to go to the DMV next year, so I'm trying to hold out as much as I can. Because if I decide to do it, I'd have to make another appointment like 3 or 4 months later to go back to the eye doctor, just to waste, you know. In this state, they sure like wasting our money here, so I kind of avoid it. My nephew's still at Indiana, and I don't know how he likes the job over there. They're already teaching him how to rescue people off of ladders and stuff, which is real cool. And he's getting his CPR certification, so he's getting training, so that's good. It's a trade job, so he's learning a trade. I really wanted to see him go to college, but he has no desire whatsoever. And I'm like, dude, I'm just be glad you're not my son, because I'd be like, dude, you'd be going. I had to suffer through it. That's a whole nother issue there. All right. Okay, not too bad. Now it looks like we're building some more pillars. And I like building sets like this. I know some people want the really elaborate, fancy builds, but this is more than enough for me here. I like this set. This is just colorful. You know, I'm always looking for stuff that's entertaining. This one here looks like it's this one's going to be fun for any person to put together, guys and gals both. You know, more. But this is going to be one of those ones that you get some wacky colors with the builds. And it's a good little inspiration thing too. Then you could build your own lofty castle from Spyro. Now, the one thing I wish this set had is a brick separator, so I think we're going to bring this one down to a 9. Especially for creators said it should have one. Why this one doesn't, it's probably due to piece count or complexity. But once you start getting plates on top of one another, that's kind of brutal. Now, I mean, it depends on your level of your involvement into the hobby. Some people, like myself, have a couple hundred brick separators. But if you're just getting into this for the first time, you may not have a whole lot of brick separators. You may not even have any brick separators. So, looks like these go right here. But yeah, I sound tired today. I had a long day. It was starting to get full of drama, and tonight we're actually going to be having a dinner tonight, so it'd be kind of cool. We're having homemade tacos. It's always yummy, huh? Especially after a long day. My girlfriend wanted to know if we wanted to go do something tonight. I said, I am just beat. We don't need that one right now. Uh-oh, why isn't that fitting? Oh, maybe it goes there. That's where it goes. We got a hole there, huh? Well, that's what these are for. Now, you have a better view than I do. I'm trying to focus more on your view than mine, because I can always rotate it. You can't rotate on your end, but I can on mine. All right, I think that big one goes in the back there. All right. But these type of sets are just meant to explore your imagination. Nothing wrong with that. And if you're ever getting into mock building, that's a prerequisite to become a mock builder. You got to have it. You got to see it in your mind. How do I come up with these awesome ideas, like for my main channel? I see them in my mind. I see it, and I'm thinking that would be a good tutorial. Then it's up to me to figure out, okay, how do I put it together? And then we got some gold teeth here. Like, how do you build something like this? This obviously was built by someone's imagination. Basically, probably 3 or 4 designers really just built this one. I don't know. The book doesn't tell you about the creator. I wish they did. And Lego really needs to really, you know, they got a lot of space in these books. Just put a page about the builder who designed it. You know, some people, I got iPads falling all over me. Some people don't care. I do. It'd be nice to say, well, this one's by this person, so we get to meet the person who developed it. You know, give them a brief, you know, give us a brief description of what they like doing. And these feel kind of, ooh, these feel kind of loose. So we got some little windows that go on the sides there. It's not too bad. You know what? This also could be a Rainbow Brights. What is it? The Care Bears? What's that? Care a lot? Is everybody supposed to care? Is that what we doing? Make this is. You know what would be cool? Because the minifigures are that bright thing. Oh, I'd love to see Care Bears in Lego. Put them all together and have the Care Bear stare. And how do I know that? Because my sister watched that show. I just kind of remember some things. I mean, we have Ninja Turtles, which didn't last too long, unfortunately. And I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, where did we leave off before I had to stop? Oh yeah, Care Bears. But we had like other themes. Like we've never had a He-Man, or I don't know if we even had Superman. I know we have. I think we have Spider-Man. I know we definitely have. I think Batman. I don't really keep track of all the themes. Yeah, Batman we do have. And the Joker and stuff. But I'd like to see more cartoon themes, because now with Lego, you could, I mean, a lot of this stuff, a lot of kids today don't even know what a Care Bear is. You know. Or Popples, if you remember those animals that rolled up into a ball. You'd unroll them, like they'd be like into a soccer ball or a football or a basketball. Oh no, here's one. Some of you remember this, and I do too. The Cabbage Patch Kids. Imagine that, because we got the kids, have the Cabbage Patch Kids running around in here. All these cool themes that we don't have now. You don't even see that stuff on TV. We have Pokemon, but I've yet to see a Pokemon Lego set. They come in other brands, but not in Lego. Not right now. But Lego has the Creator 3-in-1 animal figures, like the toucan, and I also, for those who've asked about the big beautiful horse, yes, I do have that one. We're going to take a look at that one. I'm not really. It doesn't look too interesting to me, but we don't know yet. I can't say it's a bad build yet, so you know, don't hold my word up to it until I get to it. So I'm always looking for different type of things. Oh, that's a spring green. And this goes... Okay, wait a minute. They don't go like that. They go like this. And they rest inside these right here. See if I can get that in there. So you're supposed to snap that in there like that. There we go. Oh, didn't have the ear this time, huh? But that's flush on the top, so obviously we did it right. Not too bad. We got to do one on this side here. It's a nice way to kind of flute that out a bit. So it's the same thing, it just snaps into here. As long as it's flush on top, we're fine. And you'd not just kind of wiggle them down a little bit. Okay, we're building some blue thing now with some tiles. But yeah, Care Bears would be a good theme. But you know, I don't keep up with modern cartoons. Lego could also get into learning sets if they wanted to, especially with PBS shutting down. Hopefully it doesn't. We were talking about that at work, and some people don't care, and I'm just thinking how many of us really watched PBS when we were kids. That was like the learning channel. That's the only free over-the-air learning channel, and they're getting rid of it now. And thing about PBS, especially with Sesame Street, you learn all sorts of stuff. Even it doesn't matter how old you are, you can still learn some stuff from Sesame Street. I mean, they even teach you Spanish on there, and sometimes they'll teach you French and all sorts of stuff, numbers and letters. And it's sad that it's going away. You know, they're going to put it behind. I think Netflix has taken it over, and they're putting it behind a paywall. So PBS is technically the last free educational channel that we have that's going away. Not going to get into the gist of why. You probably already know if you've watched the news. That kind of thing. Building with basic blue sometimes is a treat, because I haven't seen blue of these hinge plates in a long time. And then this goes right on these jumper plates. So this just tipped. This thing shows it's kind of tipped. I think it's just a little roof here. All right, can you stick it? Okay, you could stick yours straight up, and it just folds down and hits right there. So that's what yours should look like. That doesn't look too bad, huh? That's really cool there. And then now we're going to start working on a set of towers, and I like these little bell pieces. They don't sound like bells, but you know, bells will be ringing. It's Christmas time. Don't you wish it was Christmas right now? Oh, actually, no, I don't, because it means I got to spend a lot of money on Christmas. Well, maybe not so much now. You've seen the price of things going up? Yeah. Kids won't be getting a lot of Christmas gifts this year, unfortunately. Okay. And then the towers go back here. It looks like they just snap here. Now, oh, no, they don't snap there. They snap here. I was looking at that wrong. These go inside those tubes right there. So I'll show you here what it looks like. So it looks like that. Okay, so just make sure it's just kind of hanging over. Somebody had said, is that a legal building technique? They show it in the manual, it is. And that's it for bag 2. And yeah, we got a lot of little pieces here. It looks like just one a piece. I think we're good there. Alright, finally we have bag 3, and while I'm opening this up, I want to thank everyone on my main channel for being contributors. I appreciate that. I want to thank my Patreon subscribers for taking the time to check out my Patreon profile, and my Rebrickable customers. I appreciate it. And for those who are subscribed or liking the video, or even leaving a comment, that helps too, and I appreciate that. Everything helps. Everything. So I always am really appreciative of that. It makes me motivated to do more of these, especially in reading the comments and that kind of thing. Ooh, we have those in spring green. Those round 1x1 bricks. Oh, haven't seen those. Look at all that. Yeah, look at this. This is nice pastel colors. So we're putting together the pony first, or the, I don't know if I'm putting those on backwards, but they showed the big part like that. She's cool yellow and flame yellowish orange. That's a nice color combination. I wish we had that in spring green. So now we have the pony done. And they even have the white pony going down the line, and now we're building a tower here. Yeah, so now we're getting to more of the fun things. So when I do the review on this, the set started off kind of slow because of the base. You know, it's not, you know, but now we're getting to that point now where it's getting fun to put together. These make great umbrellas, and that right there is reddish orange. I'm getting used to seeing more of the colors here. I can always use cool yellow. Cool yellow and spring green are the colors that I'm really wanting to hoard. So I'm hoarding up parts like crazy. And, you know, I get that question, Jay, you know, where do you get these oddball colors, stuff like this? Oh, and speaking of questions, I had a question asked. Somebody had asked me, Jay, do you have any tips how to sort parts? Now, I've done some sorting videos on my main channel, but if you really want me to go in depth, I can probably try to squeeze something out for you. Okay, but sorting is more of like your thing that you're going to have to do on your own. Okay, everybody sorts their parts differently, so I can't say that my way is the correct way. There's YouTubers out there who will literally tell you that their way is the 100% correct way. It's what works for you. What I do, and I'll explain what I do, and if you really want a video, I can do one on this channel here. When I'm sorting parts, I have this thing out into a bed. You know what I'm sitting on now. I literally have tons, probably about 100 or so piles of parts that are grouped together. Eat your heart out, sorting tray boys. I do everything on the bed here, and I just group them in piles. And what I do is that I take apart a set, and I just keep grouping parts together, and so I get a whole entire set demolished. Then I just scoop them up and put them in their respected bins. Nothing fancy, nothing cool. Oh, we're making a telescope. Cool. This would be a handy piece for making maybe one of those things at your park, at your boardwalk. But that's what I do. I just sort like that. I don't really go in too crazy. That's how that goes together. Let's bring that up here. But that's how I sort my parts. It's nothing fancy. Okay, just sort them out. Find something that works for you and do that. So that's what this is. It'd be nice if we had a minifigure for it, huh? But yeah, that's how I sort my parts. It's nothing fancy. It's nothing elaborate. When I get done doing all three models, this one will get sorted into, like, okay, I'll put all the round bricks together. Now, it depends. If you're sorting your stuff by color, group them by color. I sort by part type. So I'm going to be sorting all the round bricks together. I will be sorting out all the round plates together. Arches, 1x1 bricks, 1x2 bricks. Now, if you're going like cool yellow, you'd group all these up here. The reason why people do it by color, it's more visually appealing. I understand that. And two, if you're looking for something that's spring green, you could just drop into that bin. Okay. But for me personally, you know, now if you're building a set, I always sort by color. Part type would take too much. So sometimes I'll group them by certain colors. Like I could just put these over here, and I've already got 3 piles. Now if you're building a set like I am, and you're tripping over parts, you could just start sorting like this, right here. And ooh, I wish I could use these for trees, but I can't. But I do need that one. So what I'm doing like right now is I'm just sorting things out. Like here's regular yellow, here's transparent. Let's put these over here. That's how I'm doing it. But at the end of the day, though, it's on how you sort your parts. I can't tell you how to do it. Okay, So, you know, it's all about your preference and how you sort. You know, but it's your Lego collection. Do it any way you want. This looks like we're just putting a telescope tower. I thought it was a regular tower. Now be very careful with this. This doesn't have any support, so it could just easily crumble. Right, now we're back to the main model again. We're still working on the back side right here. And this goes here, with this sitting in here like that. Okay, I'm just going to be very careful here because I don't want to have to do this 20 million times. That looks pretty good. I thought that was a special piece. No, they flipped it around. All right. Okay, we're going to start building up. So I got to remember to build more here now. Okay, now it looks like we're doing ourselves another type of tower here. This one's going to be in green. So let's get going on that here. Now I'm going to go back to sorting by color again. That usually seems like that's working. If you're trying to find white, make sure you're not on a white workbench like me. It should be very easy for you. But for me, it's this is all I have. I've been thinking about taking a piece of oak veneer and just setting it in here so I can actually have something to work on, and just put some felt so it's not, you're not hearing it stick to the bottom here. But to try to get a piece that's perfectly flat is going to be very hard. So grab a couple of these here. Yeah, but Lego today is not like what we had when I was a kid. Lego today is more of there's just lots of colors, lots of imagination. You know, I'm really surprised they don't make a 1x1 rounded plate that, or 2x2 rounded plates that fit in there. But, and, you know, some people have asked me, why do I do this stuff at my age? Like, why, what motivates me to do Lego as an adult, as a guy, you know, like, what's the point? It gets me away from the computer. It cuts down on screen time. You know, I'm on a computer all day, you know, and even if it's a set I don't like, I'm not staring at a spreadsheet or whatever, or a database, or a code editor. I can just do this and just enjoy it, put something together with my hands. It's not like I'm watching a TV. I can physically do this. Now you can do this while you're watching TV, some people do. I do when I do my prototypes for my mocks. But see, now we're experiencing crumbling here. This set's not going to last too long. I'm going to say the build quality on this one's average. Now, score on this set right now is still probably at a 9, maybe 8.5, just due to build quality and lack of a brick separator. And then this tower now goes here, like that. Notice how I'm being very careful pressing that in there. See how that's starting to buckle there? Making sure you could see that. Yeah, so see, I'm experiencing parts coming off now on this. Yeah, this is, at least it's open for play at least, but it's kind of questionable. Okay. Now it looks like we're building ourselves possibly another tower with plain yellow. Maybe we'll get to some more of the desirable colors. But yeah, that's why I do this stuff as an adult. This is relaxing. Even if it's, like I said, it could be something I'm not interested in, as long as I'm not looking at the computer. I'm trying to get my family to cut down on their screen time, because every time I go and even talk to my mom or whatever, it's like, you need to cut back on this stuff. You know, you're just sitting there just staring at this thing like a zombie. And of course, oh, don't tell me what to do. So I don't. Have fun. But for me, though, oh, we get some of these, and whoops, we get some of these, and what is that? Purple, transparent purple, or dark pink. Lego, why couldn't you give me these in cool yellow? Would have been cool. No, you didn't. It's just regular boring yellow. Would have been nice. You're not nice. You're mean. You're a meanie head because you won't give me the cool yellow stuff. Jay, what are you gonna do with all these eyeball colors? Oh, you'll see eventually. You'll see. All right. I don't know what part this is, but we're still on the main tower here. And yeah, last night I did not sleep too good. Woke up with this really sensitive spot on the back of my head, and I thought, I was like, but of course, I didn't sleep well last night. I was watching a movie and had ice cream late at night. I shouldn't do that unless I'm off, but you know, I was like, I'm in the mood to watch a movie, so I did. And I tried to get my bunch to watch a movie. They didn't want to watch anything. They just wanted to watch their silly reality shows, and I just said, okay, fine, whatever. And I just sat down and watched this. This movie was lame. It was about a kidnapping and a murder, and it was more or less something to put me to sleep. It didn't do that, but it was boring. So I ended up finishing it up, turning it over, and watched a little bit of some older TV, like Alice and Three's Company. And then by the time the Ropers got on, I just dozed off. And yeah, for those who don't know, I don't watch any modern stuff. It's the same old crime TV. I need to get into some more, like, there was one that I could never get into, the X-Files. I never could get into that show. I bet there's another one that goes on the other side, but I don't see any other parts. There is one that goes on the other side, I think. So I just couldn't get into X-Files, but, you know... but I was watching some old episodes of Matlock. Yeah, we are building the same thing. I should have just said mirrors, huh? But it's just something that, like, I use over-the-air TV as a thing to doze off to. Now they want to get rid of that now and make it pay TV. And there's a whole dispute right now going on with the FCC now, because these networks now want to get greedy, want to start charging you to watch basic television. Well, at that point, I'll just I'll sell the 7 Cs, if you get my drift, because I'm not even going to bother with it. And if they are charging for television, there better not be any ads, because I'm not paying for advertisements on television. I want to be able to turn it on and not get interrupted. Yeah, these are pretty much the same, except the slopes are inverted. So if you're watching this, you're going to get this set. Just remember, these are kind of built in pairs. I'm thinking of, this thing's not that tall. I'm thinking I don't need to do a close-up shot on this one. I think I can get away with just doing a 360 spin, but I don't know yet. We'll see here how I feel about it. I haven't figured it out yet. I don't know what I'm going to do. When I film these things, I have no clue because we really haven't finished it yet. But I think it would probably be fine. Like I said, at least some of you guys and gals like my style of reviews. I keep it raw. I keep it uncut, informal. I don't wear a suit and tie and lie to you. I just tell you as it is. Like, right now, the set's still keeping my interest. It's not like, oh, Jay, you're lying. At least now you know. The build started off kind of boring. It's not too bad. If your window doesn't line up, just wiggle it in place. That's kind of a nice little tower. This is a good little inspiration set for other parts. And now we're doing the roof here. Yeah. And they give you a cutout on how that's supposed to be there. But we have this that goes on one end. So it looks like this hangs over the back here like this. And I'll give you a better... I'm going to stick my finger in this thing right here and I'm just going to push that down like that. So that's what they want there, and that's what mine looks like. So yours is going to look like that. It's not a bad little tower for what it is. And then now we got to let these pieces get acquainted with each other. So this just sits right here. It's like it's flush with this. Stick my fingers in here and I'm just going to wiggle it down into place. You may want to pinch your slopes here. This one here I can't really reach. So I can't see if it's in all the way. We won't know. And then now we're doing the last roof here. There's not a lot of parts left. Not a lot of parts. But this is just enough if you want to build your own little princess castle. Okay, be careful with these little crown pieces. And that goes on the very top here. Right here. Okay, so we'll screw that right in place. Okay, just be very careful. And that's it. And yes, it is colorful. Not too bad at all. That was very interesting. I think this is just going to need a 360 spin. And that's what we have remaining for bag 3. Okay, now how much memory do I have left on this? 8 minutes. I think we're just going to do setting up. I'll switch cards and then we'll do the tour and review. Of course I could just edit that out and have more space, but this needs to be washed and repainted. I need to sand it down a little bit. I think if I repaint this, I think I'll just take some spray paint and spray this thing because it is smaller. But I'll come in here and I'll sand against the grain just to kind of knock some high spots down and really get this thing cleaned. Yeah, I think that's good. Put that right in the middle. And then I think we're ready to go here. And, you know, why do I include the setting up? Some people want to know what's my routine on these things. You know, why do I do this? You know, why don't I just edit this out like the other guys? Because I'm lazy and I don't want to spend. Ooh, okay, you're trying to attack me, Mr. Camera. At least that's just the ring light, nothing major. Mess up my short hair. Let's see here. Do we need to really... Boy, that's really lopsided, huh? We'll fix that right up. I think what I'm going to do is leave autofocus on. And I think what I'll do, let's bring it down a bit more, because I think that this would be a lot better here. And then I could just bring the castle up. It's strong enough where I can bring it closer to you and show you. And then we could just take a look at the ponies and stuff here, or the unicorns, whatever they are. And I can nudge it just a bit. And I think that's good. And then see what I could do is I can just cut my hand and just show the figures and do that, and then not so fast. And it looks pretty cool for what it is. And of course you can see we can play in it and stuff like that. We got a little bridge and stuff like that. I think this is going to be good here for a 360 spin. And then if I need to point out some accessories, I can just bring this thing here. Okay, see, I can't. Camera's too low. So I may have to raise this up a bit. Okay, because let's say I want to bring this closer here. I can bring this in here and show the telescope and stuff like that. The trick with doing autofocus, and I've learned this from other YouTubers, is to move very slow. Very slow. And of course this thing's lefty, situated for lefty people. I need to get one that's for right-handed. Me and my budgets here. Looks like we're right in the middle, right there. Okay. So I think that's a winner there. Let me, oh, we are backed out. I can't go any further. Best thing to do is just kind of set these little ponies in here. I'm not going to do it too crazy right now. But see how it is? It just, like I said, this is... I'm trying to avoid doing close-ups because I really don't want to be here doing bee footage today. Some people do. I'm going to be honest, I don't think this one will get a lot of views. But whoever doesn't watch this are missing out, because this one's got a lot of the colorful parts in it here. I mean, it's just got a lot of stuff. So what I'll do is I'll just keep all these out, and then we'll talk about it. See, it shows it's not centered until I do it about there. Okay. I'm not setting up for a thumbnail. And then we can rotate it around, then I can just bring the camera, or bring it up and show all the features. That's why I say these are not meant to be scripted by any means at all. So I think we can just group the horses together like this, or ponies, whatever. I think that is it. I think we are done here. Okay. It looks pretty good. I have to honestly say, I'm going to say with build quality and everything, it's about an 8.5 without the brick separator. At least there's no stickers to fuss with. It's not bad at all. And yeah, we're pretty good here. Well, now I'm going to have to switch my memory cards, and then we will go for the final tour. How about that? Let's do that. Here we are at the Unicorn Castle, and it's a really nice, bright, colorful build. So with my crude reviews, we're just going to start off with the unicorns. They're nice little miniature ponies with wings. Not too bad. This is the only one with the horn on the front, if it will focus in. But she doesn't have the wings. Not too bad. And then we have a nice cool yellow with wings. Flame yellowish orange rings. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. And we have in the background the castle. And honestly, this is bright and colorful. And we'll set these aside here. Now it's scaled for your little unicorn, so they can't actually fit to the studs. especially with big hands. I can still reach in here and put things in and play with it and all sorts of stuff. So it's pretty cool. We'll put some of these in here. Well, they don't fit on that quite well. I think you'd only put one in there. But as you can see, though, we have the gate or the entry, got a heart, some gold in here, which is pretty cool. This looks really nice. Look at all the color in here, just for what they use. Don't worry, I'll bring it up closer and show it to you. We also got some clouds and the rainbow stairs and all sorts of stuff. Here we got ourselves a little telescope. And yeah, you could play in here. There's room in here to play with. You know, I mean, you can, even something like this, you really can't fit her in there. But you can take the regular unicorn and you can slide her in. Like that. So, you know, pretty much there is some access in here. Well, we're going to take a closer look at it now. And the build quality on this thing is average, so I got to be very careful with it because I got ponies flying around. Got ourselves a golden carrot there. There's a close-up of that telescope and that tower. So you can go inside of all the towers. Here's a better look at the telescope. Pretty cool. Hey, this thing uses a lot of bright, vibrant colors. And got the little bridge here. There we have a small little bird. Pretty cool. And honestly, though, I'm pretty pleased with this set. It's bright and colorful. This was a nice one to put together. It was relaxing and soothing. We got a lot of white here. Let's put the cool yellow unicorn in there. We'll put this one here and this one over here. And yeah, it's a nice little playable model. But we're going to start the review with build quality, and this is just an average build Lego Creator set. You will experience some parts coming off while constructing the set. Not too bad, but this is meant, it's just pretty much a mediocre build. It's not built robust. So if you're looking for something very durable and sturdy, this one's not it, but you can pick this one up and move it around. So it is portable. Now for build experience, at the beginning the build started off very slow. We were mostly messing with white pieces. But once we got to bags 2 and 3, the build picked right up. It didn't feel so boring because now we're messing with colors we don't usually build with. So if you're looking for something with a lot of bright colors, this one is it, but it starts off very slow because you're just basically building the base. Okay, take a nap then. You're basically building the base of the castle. So it's not too bad. Now, could this be dropped in a Lego City? Not really. This is more of just a fantasy build, something fun. So you really can't. I mean, this could just be left as is. You know what this could also be good for if you're making a playground for your Lego City. This would be good for like a playground. Maybe a little theme park. So maybe I'd say yes, this could be dropped in a Lego City. In addition, it's got a lot of nice pieces to make the other alternative models, or you can use the parts for other creations. A lot of these pastel colors will come in handy for other builds. Now the set does have a lot of play value. In addition to having the 3 unicorns, you can place them on the provided studs. They also can go into most of the towers, and it's just a quick build to play with. So at least it's scaled for the unicorns, but also it looks like it's the right height for minifigures, so I'm sure a minifigure will be able to walk up in there. So if you also got the children minifigures, they will love this. Just add a few ladders to it. This would make a good little play set for a playground. So there's a lot of things that you could do here with this set. Now sadly, the set does not come with a brick separator, as we've already found out. So if you're messing with small parts or you get plates stuck together, you're going to have to wrestle up a brick separator. This one just is not provided with one. I wish it was. So my score on this set is going to be an 8.5 out of 10 just due to build quality and a lack of a brick separator, but at least there's no stickers to fuss with. And we're messing with some pretty unique bright colors for this model. And honestly, all around, I'm pretty pleased with it. It's a nice little quick creator set to build. I can't wait to dive into the other two models, but I will do those on my second channel at a later date. But if you're looking for something with a lot of bright colors for your son or daughter, here you go. This is a really nice one. In addition, you do get the 3 little unicorns. That's a nice added bonus. But I wonder what you guys and gals think of this model.